Joining me now to further discuss the pending impeachment trial is Senator Rand Paul of Kentucky. Hi, Senator. Thanks for joining us.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
So first off, you introduced this resolution. It calls the impeachment of former president unconstitutional. Some of your Democratic colleagues have argued otherwise. Why do you think it's best to table this whole impeachment trial?
Well, the thing is we argued that it's unconstitutional to impeach a private citizen. So the Constitution says that you can impeach and you can disqualify someone from holding office, but you have to start by impeaching them first. If they're not in office, how do you impeach them? So I don't think our founder fathers ever intended that this be used against a private citizen. Also, if they can impeach the president, could they impeach other private citizens? Could we impeach FDR? I have a friend who wants to impeach FDR now. So, I mean, it becomes ludicrous if we do this. But the reason I wanted to test the vote early on is I felt that there was a strong sentiment in the Republican caucus that this was unconstitutional. So we got 45 votes. We only need 34 votes to acquit the president. We got 45 today. So there's more than enough votes. The impeachment's dead on arrival, so we can get back to business now. They're going to have a charade of a trial, but there's no reason for the nation to pay much attention to this now, because by our vote today, we show that the impeachment is over, and it was a bad idea to begin with. It's not a way to bring the country together. And so I've told the Democrats all along, they're just dividing the country. They're also messing up things for their president. They elected Biden. If they want to do something positive, why are they spending time trying to kick the last president? So this was a bit of a dumb idea from the beginning, but we showed them today they don't have the vote. So everything they do from now on is theater. The impeachment is over.
Right, like you said, 2/3 majority would be needed for a conviction to happen. If that were to be the case, although it's unlikely, because it's unlikely a lot of these votes are going to get switched in the other direction, what's there to gain from this process moving forward?
Well, they're going to move forward just because for them it's a political thing. They can't get over the last election. But they need 67 votes to convict, and they got 55 today. So they're not going to get anywhere near what they can. And here's the other thing is, I also made the argument on the floor that if this is about inciting violence, look, the guy that shot Steve Scalise at the ball field, I was there, nearly killed Steve Scalise. He was a big supporter of Bernie Sanders. What were the Democrats saying at that time? They were saying that the Republican health plan is that you get sick and then you die. That to me it sounds like inciting violence. They're saying, oh, if your child has leukemia and dies, it's the Republicans' fault. Why don't you go shoot them at the ball field? That's what it sounds like to me. But not one Republican argued that Bernie Sanders should have been impeached or censored. In fact, we downplayed it because we are better people than they are. But they're going to say, oh, the president who said, go peacefully and patriotically down there and tell those people what you think about how they voted, that somehow is inciting violence, or go fight for your country is somehow inciting violence. This is crazy. And if this is a standard they want, they're going to have to explain Maxine Waters inciting crowds to go attack congressmen. They're going to have to explain Cory Booker, who said, get up in their face, get up in those Congress people's face. So there's a lot of bad language on both sides that goes around, but nobody has ever said, oh, we take this literally and we're going to make you responsible for people who act out and commit violence. So this is a double standard, and the Democrats are going to have to listen to their own words and have to decide, they're going to only say when Republicans say go fight that it's a problem. No, I think this is really going to show this whole trial to be a partisan charade, and I think Democrats will come to rue the day that they decided to do this.
And finally, Senator Paul, I want to pivot slightly. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, he's made it very clear that he doesn't think President Trump should ever be eligible to run for office again. He's vowed to make that happen on the contingency that the Senate convict Trump. So can Democrats still try to do something like this if the Senate were to acquit President Trump and move on from that?
No, they have to win an impeachment vote to get to this disqualification of office vote. But really, should a small group of Democrat liberals, particularly Democrat liberals from New York, tell the rest of the country they're not allowed to vote for somebody? It seems quite presumptuous that Congress thinks they should dictate to all the American people who they can choose. Look, there'll be a big battle moving forward for the direction the Republican Party takes. And I haven't always agreed with President Trump on every issue. I didn't think it was a good idea to shake the money tree and give out free money to people. So I've had my disagreements. But I will not let the Democrats take this and sort of make the president into a scapegoat and say, oh, you can never run for office. Republican Party can decide who they want in 4 years, but we're not going to let the Democrats dictate who can run for our side.
All right. Kentucky Senator Rand Paul speaking with us about the impeachment trial and what's next. Thanks so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you.